Hi, I'm AnnaLeise McKay. My mentor was Isis, and our subject was archaeology, and my presentation is on terrariums. So, what is a terrarium? A terrarium is a contained self-sustaining ecosystem, and it usually contains layers of stones, moss, soils, and living organisms such as plants and small animals like snails and bugs. The layers. The very bottom layer of a terrarium is meant for drainage. Is meant for drainage to prevent too much water from getting into the dirt and from preventing root rot. So here's the bottom layer, and it has stones, pebbles, marbles. The next layer has activated charcoal right here in order to prevent harmful bacteria from taking over. Next is the soil layer, which is just soil. And then lastly is the layer with plants and hardscape. This terrarium contains a fern, a Venus flytrap, and small rocks and figurines, like gnomes. So, okay. 1 second. Venus flytraps. They're carnivorous plants, and they're usually found in swampy and humid environments. And they do really well in terrariums because they have a lot of humidity in them. Yeah. So for my demonstration, I'm going to be feeding the flytrap. I don't know why I sat back down, but I'm going to be feeding the flytrap that's in my terrarium. So here I have the trap and some cut up crickets, and I'm going to feed 2 traps. Basically, the traps are just what actually closes them. And if you know anything about a Venus flytrap, you can guess what it's going to do in the chat. Yeah. So here I have a piece of a cricket, and can you see it? Go a little closer. Okay. I'm going to feed this one because it's mostly out in the open. That's way too big. And you can see that it closed. So if you were able to see that, I'm going to feed a second one so that people who couldn't can see it. To the one on the left, or the gnome, this one, the green one. Okay. Oh, I dropped it. Okay. And as you can see, it closed. And basically, what that's going to do is it's the trap. It has like nerve endings that feel when something inside of it is moving, and that's what causes the trap to close. So once it closes, then the trap excretes digestive acids and juices, and it just digests the bug. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And they're actually really good for the environment. Just like any other plant, they go through the process of photosynthesis. Does anyone in the chat want to tell me what photosynthesis is? Or you can unmute. Okay, so basically, photosynthesis is just when a plant takes in the bad air and it goes through the process, and then it releases new, fresher air. And additionally, the traps also help get rid of bugs that most people and animals don't like flies and mosquitoes. So how does all of this tie into archaeology? Okay. Archaeologists actually use terrariums in order to see how ecosystems develop over time and to understand the way that our world works by seeing it on a smaller scale. In conclusion, plants are cool, and I'd like to thank my mentor Isis and everyone who helped me to create this presentation.